Hello and welcome to the Happiness Project. In today's video, let us help you understand the idea of what spiritual enlightenment is, what you can do about it, and how you can attain it. What is spiritual awakening and why is it important? There are different terms used to describe it, such as nirvana, enlightenment, or awakening. All of them are referring to that highest level of consciousness. However, since the whole awareness process is an experience, it is a path only you can take, while taking someone else's steps does not guarantee that you can accomplish it. Some of the methods spiritual enlightenment mentioned below will undoubtedly lift your consciousness and provide you with a sense of calm and tranquility, which are two necessary ingredients for spiritual awakening. But before that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell below so you can see more videos like these. Leave a comment down below saying, "I subscribed," and we'll personally reply to them. Now, let's get into the steps. There are 3 stages of spiritual awakening, which are: the first stage assists you in feeling comfortable and at ease in your environment. You live in the moment, not worrying about what might happen in the future or what has already happened. You can connect with your surroundings in the second step. You have a sense of being in tune with your surroundings. You may find pleasure in the most insignificant aspects of life, and you may feel at one with nature. The third and final step of enlightenment convinces you that you are not connected to or in sync with the things around you, but rather that you are one with them, or that you are everything. The Noble Eightfold Path is a list of 8 ideals that guide a person to a greater universal understanding. The 8 ideals are the following: right perspective, right purpose, right words, right response, right existence, right effort, correctionality, right reflection. The 8 ideals are on the surface incredibly vague. They can be interpreted almost at all. Buddhists generally follow the path through compassion, patience, and joy to the world and meditate on it. Path to spiritual enlightenment. Being spiritually enlightened entails being able to understand yourself and the world around you fully. It is a fleeting phenomenon that is difficult to describe because it differs from person to person. Furthermore, one thing is crystal clear: spiritual awakening does not require you to be a follower of a specific faith. Spiritual enlightenment can be attained in a variety of ways. We've put together a list of a few of them below. Make sure to watch until the end for the most exciting journey you can take towards this meaningful life path. Number 1, be truthful to yourself. Being honest with yourself is the first step towards spiritual enlightenment. For those seeking spiritual enlightenment, being authentic to your true self is a small but critical phase on the long road to enlightenment. Spiritual awakening is an event that fully shifts the view on how you look at things in your environment. But you must first have the courage to look at yourself honestly and address the question: what do I have to change? Most people are afraid of being true to themselves because it is a difficult process. They must realize that to transform, improve, and cure their own problems, they must first comprehend them. Number 2, kill your self-conditioning. Egoistic people have no place in the enlightened crowd. Spiritually conscious people are generally compassionate, loving, and down-to-earth, but they haven't always been this way. However, they overcome their ego and rise above to become better and attain everlasting happiness. The ego is simply a manifestation of your thoughts and societal customs. If you've killed your ego, you'll realize that being the first to apologize and set your ego aside will save relationships and help you gain respect. Number 3, forgive others as well as yourself. Do understand that even if certain people have deeply hurt you and that it is almost difficult to forgive them, it is healthier to do it on your behalf. Consider this for a moment. Your inability to forgive is making you think about the situation even more and is eating you up from the inside. To find peace and happiness, also try to forgive yourself and others for the problems that happened in the past and begin living in the present. Number 4, accept and embrace your fears. The next step is to accept your fears. Allowing your doubts to grip you and prevent you from doing something you've always wanted to do is never a good idea. One of the most significant distinctions between spiritually enlightened people and regular citizens is that spiritually enlightened people never allow their fears to rule their lives. They don't grow the courage to embrace the dread, and they aren't scared of failures. Number 5. Meditation. Meditation is one of the most ancient and commonly followed methods for attaining spiritual enlightenment. The entire point of meditation is to help you tune out the outside world to focus on your true self. Though there are various forms of meditation, some of which may or may not require physical strength, they all aim to help you achieve peace. Sitting meditation, for example, is one of the most common types of meditation. Sitting meditation takes you straight to the final stage of spiritual awakening. This form of meditation is on the person's sitting posture rather than on thinking concentration. All you have to do is sit in a certain spot and clear your mind of all thoughts. Find out more about the advantages of meditation and how to meditate in the description box below if you want our best recommendation. Number 6. Prayers. While religion and spirituality are two distinct concepts that have nothing to do with one another, they both help you see things in a new and compelling light. Every religion has its own way of praying and expects its followers to go on pilgrimages. Prayer, like physical meditation, aids in the attainment of serenity and the experience of a bond with nature's spirit, or in religious terms, with God. Pilgrimages are similar to travel experiences in that you encounter new people who help you broaden your perspective and relax, calm down, and find mental and spiritual peace. Number 7. Remove yourself from worldly objectives. You won't become less attached to worldly things until you become honest with yourself and suppress your ego. Instead of a relentless search of material objects, you will find yourself in more calm and happy circumstances. Detachment does not imply abandoning anything in order to live in solidarity, but rather a lack of reliance on material possessions. And by knowing that no material possession can replace any sense of fulfillment, because true fulfillment comes from within. Look to your inner self, as you alone have the path to enlightenment. Number 8. Adapt your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Once you have learned and began practicing mindfulness, you have learned all about the qualities that a spiritually awakened person possesses. Then you can start embodying it all together to make some positive changes in your life. You do not need to know everything there is, but you need to understand that everything comes as a process wherein you advance further from one thing that leads on to another. Number 9. Taking psychedelics. Psychedelics are one of the ways to reach spiritual liberation. Psychedelic drugs such as mushrooms, LSD, and marijuana have been used to achieve spiritual freedom throughout cultures for centuries, despite being considered taboo in some cultures. Both medications have different effects on the brain. For example, mushrooms and LSD can cause hallucinations, while marijuana can help you relax and give you a sense of reflection through time. People may be concerned about psychedelic side effects and overdose, but their effects have yet to be determined, and you'd have to drink a large amount of the drugs to overdose. Personal growth leads to enlightenment. Just two things are needed on the spiritual path: a vision of the goal and a desire to expand your consciousness. Every move on the path to enlightenment, no matter how small, is a step toward self-awareness. Take into account, not all that emerges as you become more conscious is optimistic. Life is a mixed blessing because everybody has an inner shadow. But when you find your path to spiritual enlightenment, you will see that nothing is lacking and everything is effortless. Needless to say, the spiritual path exists in order for us to be free of pain, so that real harmony, unity, knowledge, and sense can be found, so that we can live a deep, truthful life. Let us learn to walk this path and develop along with it in a gentle manner, and let us learn to appreciate the journey itself. Enlightenment is already here and now. It is our true nature, of the true nature of truth. It is not so much that we must accomplish or become it, but rather that we must eliminate the notion of the word and simply be. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hoped you liked it. What are your thoughts about mindful eating and its benefits? Tell us in the comments. Also, let us know what else you want to see in the future. Make sure to check the description box below for our best recommendations to get you started. Also, check out our other videos on meditation and happiness as well. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.